Okay, now we get to the amazing part, because so far everything that we have done is just equivalent to these two lines. Now you see the power of higher level languages like C. So after that we get to print the a variable. If you have a look, the instructions after that, like load effective address, move load effective address, and this move, and then we call the printf in here. It seems like all of these registers should be passed so that the printf function could print the variable a. Let's just make sure of that. The first one is load effective address of rbp -8. Let's have a look at our layout. This is rbp -8, right? So I copy this value, or I don't need to copy it actually. We see that 0x18 is currently saved at this address. So it says load this address inside the array-x. Okay. After that, save the one that you saved in the array-x in the RSI register. So it seems like it is a pointer to the beginning of the data that we want to print. You remember in the write system call, but when we wanted to write something, write a string, not integers, we would say that one of the arguments that we want to pass to the write system call is a pointer to the beginning of the string. This is the same thing. It says that the RSI, or we could understand something like this, that the printf works like that. It looks at the RSI and it starts printing. It imagines that as the address of the starting of our data. After that, it says load this address inside the RDI register. Let's have a look at this address, which is actually this one. If I copy this and say x1x, I want to see it in the string format. Now I paste this, hit enter, or actually I should have said BSB. Now as you see, we have %x for \n, which is actually this one. So now I'm sure you get it. What has been done is that the printf register wants some arguments, that what is the data that you want me to print, and also how do you want me to print that, right? So in here, the pointer, the address to the beginning of the data, it would look at the RSI register, the print would look at RSI, and for passing the format of the data that it should print, it would look at the RDI register. And after that, we have moved 0x to array-x, and we call the print. Now the print would take care of everything and print something on the screen, all the other things. Actually, we may even look at the printf source code later, or maybe implement something like that, even though, well, it's somehow outside the scope of the course, but maybe we do something like that later. So after the first print, all of these 4 or 5 instructions, they all have been equivalent to this printf in here. After that, we get to printf b that you see in here. If you look, it's just the same thing. LEA, REX, RBP -20. Now if we look at our layout, at this address, this is RBP -20. It is the address of 0x2. It's just the beginning of the array. So it is the address of the beginning of the array, which we load it inside the array-x register. We move the array in the array-x in the RSI. Then it says look at it is for the 0x arguments, for the printf function, and it prints the next value, which is the address of b in here. And after that, we get to the size of b0, and other things until we reach the for loop in here.